Yo, we talk about old pictures. Yo, I got a picture on my grandma's refrigerator. You know, you got the magnet pictures that you get from when you play like sports and stuff, like
Yeah,
little league.
yeah.
I was in little league baseball, and again, me trying to be cool.
Uh-huh.
I took a picture with my pants sagging, saying the baseball. So, man, yo, my dad tore me up after he saw them pictures. What's going on? It's Coach Dom.
It's Coach Ed.
And we back with another episode of the Players in Transition podcast, man. What's going on, bro? It's been a minute.
Bruh, busy. Life, man.
We
Life.
both coaching high school football,
Season's in
and
full swing.
that's that season, man. It gets heavy. It gets
Yeah.
a lot of stuff we gotta do, dog.
Bruh, like getting practice plans ready, making sure kids doing what they gotta do with grades.
Yo,
Some kids that they safe, they getting home. Like
it's a lot, yo. People don't understand, like, and then especially when you're working too. On top of that, like
mhm.
I'm working at the school right now, and then I leave my house at 7, and then I don't get home until 7. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You put in I'm a football player.
Right,
Football is me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
right,
Like I honor the game. I take care of it. So I'm giving everything I got.
right.
And that junk get emotionally taxing, yo.
Bro. And you come home to the family too.
You know what I'm saying? I'm coming home to two
Like
little babies. You know what I mean?
when I come home, at least it's just me and the PlayStation, man. Like, like that's it.
But in the beginning, I didn't know how to take myself out of football mode. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll still be in it and come home and I'll still be frustrated. I wouldn't take
Right,
it out on my family, but I'll still carry some of the emotions that I done just had while I was coaching. You understand? So,
yeah,
now I've been able to change that and make a shift. Cause
yeah.
now when I see my kids and I see my wife, I'll just smile and I'll be happy just because they're happy that I'm home. You know what I'm
What were some
saying?
ways you were able to make that transition? Because I know for me that's tough, right? Like I'll come home and I'll be on the phone with who I'm on the phone with,
Right.
and then like all of a sudden I'm talking to them, like I'm talking to my mother, and I'm like I done talked to her 45 minutes about football.
Right.
It's like yo, this is my mom. I need to, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, how did you make that change? Like, how were you able to let it go like that?
Honestly, it was just identifying my issues, right? You
Mm-hmm.
know, whenever there was a conflict in the house, it was usually because of something with football, right? Anytime I had an issue, it was
Right,
always something in regards to football. So I had to figure out a different way to manage that. And again, it took time, it took practice, right? It took for
right,
me 4 years to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I was selfish with my emotions. I ain't gonna hold
right,
you. Like I was selfish. Like I like if I'm mad, leave me alone. But
right,
I can't. That's not what a man's supposed to do.
right,
If I'm mad, I need to leave that there and not bring it home. And that was a conversation me and my wife had, and that was something that we agreed on. Like
right.
what happens at work, what happens out there, we ain't bringing it in the house.
Nah, that's big that y'all able to have that conversation. And you said something that's big, like it took practice. Like you had to keep doing it. Like it
For
can't.
sure.
Not saying it was easy. It's probably plenty of nights you ended up in the doghouse. Like what, man? Everybody giving you the shoulder. Like what's
Yeah.
going on? You gotta get them reps in to figure out how to make it better.
Crazy thing, yo, my wife, she really understood. You know what I mean? My wife's a competitor too. So she
Mm-hmm.
understood. Like I understand how you feel. I'm gonna give you some time, but we can't keep doing this. It
Right.
ain't healthy for none of us, and it ain't healthy for you either. And I was like, you're right. It ain't healthy for me. So
Yeah.
on my ride, I turn the music off and I zone out and I let it go. I'm letting it
Mm-hmm.
go on my ride.
Yeah.
Come home, take a quick shower, then I heard it somewhere where they was like they take a shower to wash off anything that they
Yes.
felt, and to
Yes.
wash the rest of their day off. So, I come home, go immediately to the shower and
Yes.
rinse my day off, dog. And that
Bro, straight like that.
it
My
worked.
players always ask me, Coach, hey, why you don't got the music on? Let me get the aux. I'm like, bro, like silence sometimes is
Golden.
louder than it needs to be. It's like I'm talking. What? I can't even hear what y'all listening to. I'm thinking in my head so much, bro. Like it's
It's crazy
crazy.
when you get older, you find yourself like not listening to music. Like I used to always listen to music.
Yeah.
Now I don't watch I never was a TV dude, but like in the car, I
Right.
kept music on, dog. Like
Right.
now I don't really watch it. I don't really listen to not watch it. You can't
Right.
watch music.
You
I don't
watch
really listen
videos.
to
You watch
music in my
videos.
car no more, yo.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes every now and then, like when you need a mood. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But most of the time, nah.
I'm
I
man
listen
on
to a
the
podcast though. I will put podcast.
podcast, audio book.
Yeah.
I be listening to affirmations and everything, dog.
YouTube videos,
Yeah,
audio,
yeah.
like you said, audio books.
Yo,
Like,
he's coming to clutch, yo. But you know, we was, you know, I hear some of the new. This is how I hear some of the new music, right? You
uh-huh.
know, I don't really catch anything until the kids bring it up.
Yeah.
So you know, we let the kids play music at practice, and they'll, you know, playing the song, and I'll be like, that beat sound crazy. It's like
Yeah.
Drake new album
Yeah.
just came out. I'm like, word, I didn't know that.
I ain't gonna hold you. I did know about that one. I did know about it. So like Drake, I figure is a contemporary, right? But like someone like Ace Boogie in a hoodie. I was training my nephew. I mean, Ace Boogie in a hoodie. My man, he was like, "Yo, listen to this." I was like, "What?" He put it on. I was like, "Oh, I like Ace Boogie in a hoodie."
Yeah,
Yeah, I like
shout out to
Ace
A
Boogie in a hoodie.
Boogie.
I was like, okay. I can listen to Cubs.
Where's bomb, man? But yo, you know how we do. We start off every podcast with a quote, but we just we switching it up this time. We just gonna have comfortable conversation, man. Make sure we drop some jewels and let y'all into the world of an athlete and just life in general. You know what I'm saying? That transition for us is always hard. And my coach always told me, he said, life is full of transitions and you have to be ready for it when it comes.
Right.
And that's what this podcast is about, you know, helping everybody, you know, be ready for that transition for when it comes, because it's gonna come at
Yeah,
some point. Life is full of transition.
for
And
sure.
the quote for today is I don't know where I heard it at, but I heard this joint in it.
It's one of those everybody said no one can take names.
Yeah, right. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I tried to Google it, but it was too many people that said it. So I'm gonna say anonymous said it. And it was like practice doesn't make perfect, it makes permanent. You know what I mean? Unpack that, E.
Man, to me that means like you need reps, man. Like it's talking your sport,
Right.
regardless of you playing football, basketball, tennis. You need reps. There's certain drills you have to do that sometimes gonna be by yourself. You don't need someone else, and then there's something that you're gonna need some people. And if you don't
Mhm.
get those reps in, right? We talk about at practice. Don't be scared of the reps. Don't be afraid to take reps. It only translates to the game. If you don't get the reps in, if you're scared to get the reps, when your time comes up, because it's a rep, but it's a real live rep, you're not going to be
Mhm.
ready against the person that's been in that situation. You might honestly hurt yourself. So
Word.
like, practice makes permanent in that. The more you practice, the more that becomes your habit. You know what I mean? You practice that 22 dive, the way you hit that hole on game day, you're gonna hit it the same way if you take the reps and you rep it properly.
And
That's
that
what.
and that's the big one right there. That word habit,
Yes,
right?
sir.
You know, what you do most is what you do best.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Again,
Yes.
that's one of those quotes out there I heard someone say, and it's
Yes.
like, you know, I've been studying Kobe lately. Like I've been studying his, yes, man, dog. You
Dude,
talking
I'm about
about
to
a
get his book. He
different.
got a book.
I just
He
been
got a book,
studying.
right?
I just been listening to his YouTube, like
Okay.
his interviews and just him talking about himself. I ain't find a book yet. And of course, I'm gonna
Mhm.
find a book, but you know, I'll start studying him, his game, and start studying just him as a person, right?
Right.
Because how could somebody that's so invested into his sport still be such a highly regarded father and husband? You know what I'm saying? Like he was,
Right.
you know, that's what I'm trying to learn. So, you know, how to have that balance. Cause when I go in on something, I go in. Like I'm
Yeah.
all in. Like
Yeah.
I'm my mentality of it is to master it. So he mastered the game of basketball and you know his time management was crazy though.
Yeah, man. I mean, when it comes from practice, though, because in some of the things you did, you have heard, there's been times where his family was like, "Yo, you need to be here." He's like, "No, I gotta go to the gym."
Yeah.
And he had those moments, but that's why when he was able to retire, he was able to get that extra time, much like most of our athletes do, whether it's in high school, college, pros. It don't matter. Like at some point, you have a time where it's like, "Yo, this is what regular people do." Like this is easy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So he had
right.
his practice and doing it with ball towards the end of his career. That when he got out, this man was like, "Oh, all I gotta do is be a dad now. Let me find something else to do." You know what I mean? Let me help this person out. Let me influence this player. It's crazy.
Yeah. My man was talking about Kobe was talking about the shot he made. I think it was in like like a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was a playoff game. He said he practiced that shot like every day.
Yeah.
He knew he was like, I knew the triangle offense so well. I knew where I was gonna get my shots. I knew where defense was going to try to roll to. Like he played the game before the game.
Right.
So it was just like, yo, this dude had put his 10,000 hours in. And at that point, of him doing that so many times, like him practicing that same shot so many times when it came time to go in the game, it
Mm-hmm.
was nothing because
Muscle
now
memory.
it was fundamental.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
was muscle memory.
Yeah.
So, that quote, when I think about, practice doesn't make perfect, it makes permanent. That is building that muscle memory so that
Yes.
you ain't even got to think about it no more. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Right.
the more you do it, the more you become it. And that's
Right.
the crazy part when we don't really understand. It's like what you do on a consistent basis. Like we practice, like regardless, we may not put a name to it, but we practice something every single day,
Oh yeah.
right?
Every day.
And then it becomes a habit, which it becomes muscle memory. You just do it without even knowing you're doing it.
Right.
Right? Get up and brush your teeth. Everybody do it. You know what I'm saying? Now that's something that you just naturally do. But
Right.
for a skill to master that thing, you really have to put them 10,000 hours in to make it easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to make it just like you can just do it without even thinking about it.
100%. Because I noticed that even in coaching, like
Yeah.
trying to teach these dudes how to play old line, like even with the time that we put in, you know what I'm saying? We all know how my playing career went. It was, you know what I'm saying? I made the college, it was what it was, but being able to teach these kids how to do it, it's amazing how I can just pop back into it because of all them years of camps and school and just literally. And now I see why. Like when I was playing, it used to be a pain in the nuts. Your EDDs, all right, we duck walk, and I'm like, yo, what the heck are we doing? All right, drive, chop, 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 go. And I'm like, why? But then, like as a coach, I see why. I'm like, yo, because if you keep doing this, you'll have no problem doing it on the field. And
At
even if you don't
all.
do it exactly like that, you'll do a variation of it that's going at least won't kill you. It may not get you on, but it's not. You're not gonna die. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
there's just certain things you got to learn to take those repetitions, man. That shit crazy.
Repetition is key, man. So
Yeah.
we talking practice.
Not a game.
Not a game. Practice. That quote, that interview is so famous, dog. And some of my kids be trying to use that. I'm like, y'all don't know the
You don't know the
half, man.
backstory, right? That
y'all,
was the beginning of clipping what people
that's what
say.
you know what I'm saying? People
But the
just go caught the
backstory
clip
is
of it. It wasn't like he wasn't a practice player. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What he did, what he did. I don't believe AI just didn't practice.
he lost his friend the night before that
I,
practice or something like that. That's how the story goes, from what I hear.
yeah.
And then, I mean, that's what he's saying. It's like, dog, I'm the franchise player. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, he might have did some other stuff, but it's like, dude, I just lost my best friend. And they knew that.
But the crazy thing is they just took that part out
Yeah.
and ran with it.
I mean, it is a funny clip, though. Like, we did just laugh about it, but, like, the truth of the matter is that's what people do.
But that could have ruined that man's life, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it did something to his reputation because we
Big
just
time.
like, oh snap, he ain't practicing. And now you got kids following him. Everybody follow AI. I wanted to be AI. You know what I'm saying?
I did too.
So when AI was like, he ain't practicing, I didn't do it.
I ain't practice.
There was no shot. My dad would not let me not practice when I was a kid.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna hold you. I had the AIs, the low top joints with
Oh
the
yeah.
finger band
Oh yeah.
and the headband. Oh, I was balling.
I had
I
the
put that on. It
braids.
was a curtain.
Had the fresh braids. Well, I took my sophomore picture, yo. If I could find it, yo, I look crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I was a sophomore in high school. Took a picture with a headband on, and I was a different person back then. I ain't gonna say what it was, but you can see the picture and be like, yeah, the boy was the boy was to the roof. To the roof. I
Hey
didn't know
man,
what I was getting myself into, man.
we grew, man. We was growing.
For
I saw
sure,
a
yo.
picture. I saw a picture of my pop crib the other day. I got the football helmet on like this. I'm smiling like this.
Yo,
I'm like, bro, smile. You got great teeth. Especially then. I already know what you done did to them teeth since then. Smile, boy.
them be the ones, yo. Yo, we talk about old pictures, yo. I got a picture on my grandma's refrigerator. You know, you got the magnet pictures that you get from when you play like sports and stuff, like
Yeah,
little league.
yeah.
I was in little league baseball, and again, me trying to be cool.
Uh-huh.
I took a picture with my pants sagging saying the baseball. So man, yo, my dad tore me up after he saw them pictures. Trying to be cool, my pants sagging. I go in there and take my pictures, and my pants still sagging, and it's all in the picture. Man, my dad, he ain't beat me on the belt. We fought. Yeah, my dad.
I mean, that's the lesson he had to teach, though. That's a lesson he had to teach right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. And I, yo, I ain't
Yeah,
gonna hold
he
you,
had to
bro.
teach that.
I appreciate my dad so much for being disciplined with me. You know what I'm saying? Because that taught me to be disciplined in life.
All
You know
right.
what I mean? Like every little thing, it count. Like that's
Yeah.
that's not what you want representing you. Don't do it.
Right.
He was like, who do you want to be? Is that what you want to be represented as? Like the kid that just sags his pants, you know, very disrespectful, or who do you want to be? And I found
Right.
out that being respectful got me a lot farther than being cool.
But you know what's crazy about that, though? Like, we sitting here having a conversation, but it still relates back to the topic. You only do that from repetition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, continuously making that choice to make that decision, no matter how hard it may be. Like, to lose weight, you can't continue to eat three-piece chicken, French fries, and a steak and cheese every night and expect to go down. You gotta constantly make that decision that either I'm gonna cut back on this or cut it out completely and consistently make that decision. If you
Right.
don't, you ain't gonna lose any weight.
Yeah.
With growing hair, if you don't consistently pick it out, grow it, whatever your hair at, we don't got none of hair. But
Yeah.
wherever your hair
So so
is,
for that, I might have to go to Amsterdam to get some plugs or something. Waves again.
exactly. But even with
Exactly.
this, you gotta in the
Exactly.
beginning. So anybody that got bald, right? Anybody that ain't came home yet, here's some free advice, right? When you first get that baldy, your first few times you're gonna bump up.
Word.
But the more you practice getting it, the more you learn. Everybody gonna tell you, oh man, 2 blade, 1 blade, 5 blade. Take your blade, practice with what you do, and you won't bump up. Again, it's all repetition, man. It's just crazy how life is repetition.
I still haven't like gotten
I'm
gotten with
12 years in the
the
game.
razor, yo.
I've got 12 years. I can do it. I can go blind tomorrow and still get my junk clean
And that's crazy.
because it's repetition. Like
It's
I can literally be like,
repetition.
doop, 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 doop.
You know what I'm saying? Without looking in the mirror, like I can't do my junk without looking. Like I'd be missing spots. I remember I went to school, like my first couple times raising, I went to school. I had a patch of hair right here, I had a patch of
Yes,
hair
bro.
here. I was like,
Yeah.
yo, what's good? I thought I got that junk.
And you don't notice it till like you sit back and you go up and you be like,
Oh,
oh, don't
I
nobody
wore
tell you.
yo, dog.
Don't
I'm a
nobody ever
teacher.
tell you.
Dog, I work in a high school, dog. I wear a hat the whole day. Like you know,
It's embarrassing.
we usually discipline kids and tell them you can't wear your hat in school, man. I had my
Right.
hat on the whole day. Man, calling me
So,
patchy. Yeah,
hey, a hat, bring a razor to school or wherever you work out, put it in the car. That way, when you do, you can hit it real quick, and then when you get home, hit it with the alcohol or hit you with some hand sanitizer.
drop dang. I ain't never think of
Yeah. Oh,
that.
bro, it's been some Mayday situations. You gotta hit the dough. You
I
got.
gotta I gotta get my practice in, dog. I
Yeah.
ain't that's one of those things I gotta practice because
Yeah.
I've been tearing my head up every time I get every
You
time I get
got.
ready. Word up.
Yeah,
Man.
man.
So you know, right now, um, I'm transitioning into becoming a full-time speaker.
Mm-hmm.
And
You've been
one of
doing
the
a great
things,
job with your videos, by the way, though, man. Plug your Instagram site. We're gonna do it
oh
twice
yeah,
today.
yeah.
You've been
Definitely
doing a
go.
great job with the vids, man.
Appreciate you, bro. Definitely go check me out, man. I'm gonna be dropping 2 videos every week. I'm probably gonna bring this thing up a little bit more, man, because a lot of people have been saying that my content is what they've been needing. So I'm giving you a daily dose of dime every morning. You know what I'm saying? Nah, just you know, and for me, my videos are, like I said, I've been transitioning into becoming a full-time speaker. So my videos are is me practicing. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Me trying to curate a speech and
Mm-hmm.
deliver it in a way that's unique to me. I'm trying to find my voice with these videos, but I'm also trying to hold myself accountable with what I'm struggling with at that moment.
Right.
So those videos that I'll be putting out, I'll be really talking to myself. Like I'll look dead into the camera and
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch that video for me because I need that. You know what I mean? So, you know, I know if I need it, somebody else need it.
No,
You know
that's
what I'm
facts.
saying? And that's my mission. Like I'm using my life to inspire and influence everybody else. Like, and you might not need what I say. You might not
Right.
need it. Somebody around you may need it. So you can share it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I've, been learning is like we all go through the same stuff,
Yeah.
but it's viewed differently and it comes differently. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, your Amazon package may come in a car. Mine comes in the Amazon truck. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's just
Yeah.
the way it's delivered to us is different. So, I just try to inspire from deep, from really deep. Like this is like some self cleansing type of stuff, dog. And it's therapeutic to me. Feel me?
Nah, man, but you spit big facts. Like one of my favorite ones was about the purpose, because there's a lot of people out here that whether they want to say it or not, ain't found their purpose. And it's like I'm not saying they necessarily failing. Some people out here winning, got families, houses,
Mhm.
businesses that ain't really found their purpose, and they haven't stepped away from that job yet to go find whatever it is that they really want to do, or they haven't
Right.
found the time outside of that job to do what they really want to do. And that's when they really got me, man. So like it's you dead on. You know what I
It's,
mean? You
it's
dead on.
your purpose is scary, because
Mhm.
we there's such a huge misconception of what purpose is,
Facts.
right? And I'm listening to people speaking and have different connotations about what it actually is and what's the definition of it. But it's just like, when you look at the definition, it's like what you're supposed to do, like what you were made to do, like
Right.
purpose, made to do something. And I literally, like, it took me some dark days to figure it out because I again, we go back to repetition. I looked at the thing that I did the most. What
Hmm.
was I doing throughout my life so many times, so often? And I was just like, yo, I've always been the voice of reason. I've always been the one to go and motivate. I've always had the voice and the courage just, to say a prayer for the family and
Right.
stand up and speak at a
Right.
banquet. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, God was putting me
Yeah.
right into my purpose and I didn't even know it. You
And
know what I'm
that
saying? It
photo array
wasn't,
definitely helped because it
huh?
wasn't like the photo array definitely helped because it wasn't like I'm not just capping. Some of them events I was there for, some I've been privy to. Someone was like, when did he do that? But like it was clear, it was honest. It was like you sitting there talking to a group of people, and it's like some of them like, yeah, I do remember that speech, or
You know what
I
I'm
saw that one.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I just kept looking at, like, I was looking through my pictures and I was like, yo, like, and even like I've been the Ray Lewis. I was like, Ray Lewis, my favorite player.
Hmm.
And I felt like he was the example, and like I was attracted to him to pull out my purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like football put me in a position to speak to multiple men and
Hmm.
lead multiple different egos and be able to still motivate and inspire each and every person on that team.
Right.
Like, and it wasn't just like a performance. Like I wasn't going into the huddle or going in front of everybody in the classrooms and things like that. In our team meetings, I wasn't just going there to do it for fun or to practice for becoming a motivational speaker. I just did it
Hmm.
because it was my passion. It was who I was. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And when I first saw Ray Lewis do it, I was like, yo, that's me. I like that.
Yeah.
I start doing what he did, and the repetition and building and just speaking it. From the time I started playing football, bro, I lied to you not. From the time I started playing football all the way up to this day, I've always been speaking, and I've always been the one trying to encourage and inspire people
Yeah.
to become better. Like,
Right.
so, I tell people, when you really want to find your purpose, just go back and really look at the rest of, like, your whole entire life. Like, what was you attracted to, and what was that thing that you kept doing over and over and over?
Not 100%. And some people gotta understand, like within that finding your purpose, it takes a level of humility,
Yeah,
right? Like it's pure economics, it's pure common sense. If everyone owned a business, who's gonna work for somebody?
word.
So some people gotta understand that, like, yeah, you might just be a great worker. That doesn't mean you can't be happy and have a fruitful life. What is happiness? There's plenty of people that are rich that lose themselves and kill themselves.
Yeah,
The truth of the matter is, true happiness is being able to wake up in the morning and being content with whatever your situation is. Anything someone else does, as it will affect you, yes. Because I hate people say it don't affect me. It affects you, but it's not
facts.
enough to knock you off of your good time
Right,
and you doing what you got to do. If anything, you learn from it. You
right.
feel what I'm saying? And it helps make you better, man. It's like it is a lot of growth in time and stuff like that, man. But it all comes with repetition. And to the
Yeah,
point on the speaking, I think one thing with you and Ray Lewis, and in my opinion, most of the people I see that are able to get up in front of people and talk, is they practice something. There's been a discipline in that field that people know that he's put in the time. People knew that you put in the time. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like everyone knew what you did. Everyone knew what Ray Lewis did, and so that's why people end up. Because plenty of people that like to talk, and people give them that look and go back to stuff in their pads, go back to putting their shoes, like,
Right,
get their phone. But there's some people that no matter when they talk, no matter what they do, people put it down and they
right.
look. So for some people it's the presence, but for the most part, it all comes from practice. It comes from
Mhm.
practice and knowing who you are and doing the background research, being able to be ready to do what you gotta do.
For sure, man. Practice is everything, man. I hope we brought something out. Like I hope we what am I looking for? I hope we hit a point to let people know, like, if you want to become good or scratch that, if you want to become great at whatever it is that you want to become great at, it's the reps, man. It's the practice. Practice doesn't just make perfect. It may make it like seem perfect, but practice doesn't make perfect. It makes permanent. So
Yeah.
when you go and do that thing after you've been practicing it for so long,
Hmm.
it's just like second nature. It's just like
Yeah.
walking. You know what I mean? Like you've been doing it so long, you don't even thinking about it. Like you're there's something like we're wired to just like we're creatures of habit.
Yeah.
Like we
For sure.
wired to if you doing that thing over and over and over again, you're naturally going to master it. So
But
I
you can
just
also be a creature of a bad habit too.
exactly be
You can
careful with
practice
your
something so
practices.
much that when it's time to do what you need to do, you're not ready
Right,
because you've been practicing it the wrong way. You
right.
know what I'm saying? You've been kick sliding like this, so now when they get to college and tell you kick straight back, you can't do it, and you got a month to figure it out.
You gotta change it.
Like you
You
gotta
gotta
change it.
practice it in a good way.
Exactly.
That's
Like
life. That's life is full of practicing, yo. Practice.
every
Everything
day
is a
is practice
practice.
in
Every
every
day.
way.
Yeah. Word,
Crazy.
dog. That's
I
that's
practiced
some
stuff in this conversation that had nothing to do with the podcast.
that's some good stuff, dog. That's some good stuff, man. But yo, we gonna end this one off real short and sweet. All right, let's hit them with the extra point segment. Um, again, when we have guests and even when it's just us two or whatever, like we always gonna hit y'all with an extra point. Just something like a quote, whatever it is, like that extra point could be off topic or on topic, but just that final bang, shebang bang. So hit
Yeah,
them with
man.
something, bro.
Um, there's gonna be setbacks in life, right?
Hmm.
But when you get a setback, you gotta learn from it. In the end of the day, is that saying like if you fall down once, you get up twice,
Hmm.
or like if you still alive, you was meant to make it. It's different sayings that fall in it. But it's like regardless of what happens to you, keep pushing, Slim. Like it's a lot of stuff that's happens. There's a lot of stuff around that that's going to happen. Yay, nay, good, bad, and indifferent. The key is just to stay strong and learn from every bit of it, and make
Word.
sure that you can keep yourself. But keeping yourself and working on yourself is how you're gonna be able to get through those times. It's getting cold out there.
It's
It's
getting
getting
cold.
cold. Them loans gonna come due for some people. You know what I mean? The PPPs is running out. Hey, yo,
Man,
everybody stay safe, stay positive, work on yourself, and practice every day.
yeah. And I, my extra point is, yo, be easy on yourself, right?
Man.
If you don't know what you want to do with your life, or if there's something that's you're trying to be great at and it's not coming right now, don't be so hard on yourself, right? Because those emotions, they transfer into your effort. And if you're just emotionally drained because you're beating yourself up for not being where you want to be, like, you're going to wipe yourself out, and you're going to waste so much time thinking about where you should be or what you should be doing, instead of resetting and thinking about where you are. All right. I see a therapist every week, definitely helping me with my mental. And she says to me all the time, Mama T, wow, that's my lady. She say to
I
me,
love my therapist too.
yo, man, she
Need
the
one.
realest. She's 72 years old, yo. She shoot it to me straight. She be,
That's
man,
what you
cussing
need.
me out and everything.
What you
But
need.
she say live in the moment. You know what I'm saying? And I've read that book, The Power of Now, and and we talk about being, being in the present. Anytime you feel anxious or any type of anxiety, like, you're living too far in the future. And
Yep.
anytime you feel depressed, you're living too far in the past.
Mm.
So she always talked to me about being in the present. She was like, all right, you feel like you should have been a motivational speaker. Okay. All right. You didn't do it then. Let's focus on it now. What can you do today? All right, to help you get to that point. And let's not even think about that point. What can you do today to make yourself better?
Right.
And I was beating myself up for some years for a lot of things. So, that's my extra point, man. I just take it easy on yourself. All right. Give yourself some credit for the things that you did do. And then, list the things that you wish you should have done, and go and do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't weigh yourself down by, judging yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's basically what's happening. It's like I was judging myself, and I weighed myself down for too many years. So take that weight off you, man.
There are no undefeated goats.
At all. You heard? All right, yo. All right. That's another episode of the Players in Transition podcast. We're coming back with some more good conversations. Hope you get some heat from this. All right. Please, if you like these videos, hit the like button, comment, give us some feedback on how we can make this show better. Of course, me and my bro, we gonna take this thing further than what we're doing right now. Like, this is still the beginning, even though it's season 2.
Right.
We still evolving, a lot going on. And yeah, there we go. Practice.
Not a game.
Practice. Let's go. I'm Coach Dom.
I'm Coach Ed.
We out of here. Peace.
Peace.